Chapter 4. Jeremy Strong, the 100-mile-an-hour dog. You've guessed it. Charlie Smug is Sergeant Smug's son, and he is a real pain. I was always bumping into him and his dad's 3 Alsatians at least. Charlie was always bumping into me, deliberately. He's 13 and enormous. He's got really gangly arms and a King Kong face full of like pimples and piggy eyes, you know, like those pictures you see in storybooks, like a prehistoric man. Well, that looks like Charlie. He's always pushing people around when they're smaller than he is. Tina and I both come into the small category as far as Charlie is concerned. Well, if this isn't a pair of lovebirds, he began. You're right, it isn't, Tina snapped back. There he is. Come out here for a smooch, leered Charlie. Get lost, she said. I wouldn't have dared speak to Charlie like that. What are you doing here then? He demanded. Streaker made one of her rare guest appearances. She flew past at Mach 3 before doing a bombing run on the distant rabbit hole. If you must know, I said, desperate to prove that there was nothing going on between Tina and I. We're here to train my dog. Did I tell you when Charlie Smug laughs he sounds like an asthmatic donkey? I thought he'd never stop. Train that dog? He sniggered. You can't train a dog like that. Yes, we can, insisted Tina. No problem. A sneering grin appeared on Charlie's face. He reminded me strongly of Quasimodo, though I didn't tell him. And then he said the words that caused us so much trouble for the rest of the holiday. I bet you can't. I bet we can, shouted Tina. There was a strange sinking sensation in my stomach. As if I could sense there was terrible trouble ahead, but it was just too late to do anything about it. Right, you're on. Charlie looked very satisfied. So what's the bet? Demanded Tina recklessly. Charlie took Tina's stick and trailed it through the sludge at the bottom of the old tin bath. It came out trailing great globs of green and black slimy weed. Several more bubbles floated up, burst and filled the air with this terrible smell. Charlie smiled. He towered over us with a murderous look in his eye and dangled the dripping stick in front of our faces. If you haven't got Streaker trained by the end of the holiday, you two have to take a bath right here. Tina and I were too stunned, too horrified, too appalled to answer. We simply gawked at Charlie in dismay. He really was enjoying himself. Of course, and he hadn't finished either. You've got to wash your hair in it too. Both of you. I stared in disbelief at the yellow scum floating in the bath. I felt like I was going to be sick, but Tina snatched back the stick and waved it at Charlie. Don't forget bets worth both ways, she shouted. If we do train Streaker, you have to wash in there yourself. Charlie shrugged. That's okay, you'll never train her. I can't wait. He turned on his heel. You can have your smooch now, he said, as he strode off, laughing noisily. In the far distance I could see a neat black head with flapping ears appear occasionally. Streaker was homing in on Charlie like some kind of cruise missile. I nudged Tina and pointed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There was a very satisfying yell and Charlie suddenly disappeared from view. A few seconds later, he struggled to his feet, waving his fist. We were far too far away to hear anything that he was saying. I shall just leave that to your imagination. Charlie went on his way, and I breathed a long, long sigh. Come on, we better find Streaker and start training her immediately. You've got us into such a mess. Me? I like that. I offered to help and end up getting blamed for everything. We're in this together. Tina suddenly gave a giggle and stirred the murky water. Thank goodness we're not in this together, she pointed out. Ew, how could she joke about it? It's not bath time yet, said Tina cheerfully. You give up so easy. We are going to train that dog, Trevor. Got £30 and watch Charlie Smug sit in the bath and wash his greasy hair. Come on. What could I do but follow her?